Here you come with an open mind, you sit back, you unlearn, and then we help you relearn new information, because 90% of the health, or even most of the things that we've learned along the way, they're lies. They're lies because somebody slept in class. They did not go deeper into it to understand what really happens. So they are manipulating you through their own lies to basically market the products that are coming from pharmaceutical companies. At this moment in time, I don't expect you to be going to hospital to treat ulcers. I don't expect you to be scared of H. pylori and H. pylori induced ulcers, because these are things that you can actually fix at home. So now, anything that alters the integrity of that stomach wall and causes this perforation in that stomach wall, because when you start separating these cells that line the stomach wall and you create these tiny spaces into these cells, because those cells are supposed to be intact. But when you create these spaces between those cells, that is what we call a leaky gut. That is a leaky gut. Now this means stomach content will sometimes find access to either the bloodstream or to the lymphatic system where the immune system is. Now when they get through that and they get to the lymphatic system, because the lymphatic system, which is carrying the immune cells, does not recognize the stomach content, it will now attack them. It will overreact. So it reacts anyway, normally, but sometimes it gets to overreact. When it overreacts, it might end up targeting your own body tissues, like the joints, like the kidneys, like the organs in the system. And that is what we call autoimmune conditions. So most autoimmune conditions hail from a messed up gut. The signal that is supposed to tell the immune system, hey, please do not overreact, is actually messed up, starting from the messed up gut. Now the same foods that cause a leaky gut, they affect the adrenal glands. This gland on top of the kidneys. See this gland here? Ladies and gentlemen, do you see that gland? It's called the adrenal gland. It's on top of the kidneys. And this is called the adrenal gland. And the work of this adrenal gland is to produce adrenal hormones, like adrenaline or noradrenaline. But it also has another job, to produce something called cortisol. Cortisol is a natural steroid. Cortisol is a hormone that helps you fight stress. Cortisol is a hormone that protects you from an overreacting immunity. So it's the one that actually instructs the immune system, hey, this is our own, please do not target him. So when you eat foods that mess up that adrenal gland, what do you expect? You expect the destruction or the reduction in production of cortisol. And now this cortisol does not have the ability to actually suppress the overreacting immunity. That's the reason why when you are suffering from rheumatoid arthritis or these autoimmune conditions, you are injected with cortisol, a synthetic cortisol or a synthetic steroid. Diprofos is a synthetic steroid. And guess what? Where are we getting cortisol from? What is the raw material that is used to make cortisol? It is cholesterol. That tells you, somebody who is suffering from rheumatoid arthritis or autoimmune conditions, your best medicine is actually foods that are rich in cholesterol. But you've demonized cholesterol enough, right? Yet, your hormone that is supposed to suppress an overreacting immunity is coming from cholesterol. So as you take that steroid injection, hoping that you will get better, simply understand, natural steroids come from cholesterol, and that natural steroid is cortisol. So that is one. When you have a leaky gut, chances of you getting an autoimmune condition and an overreacting immunity are super high. Now, people who have arthritis, you've already starting to understand that now you have to fix the gut. So when I tell you to fix the gut when you have arthritis, you're wondering, why would I fix the gut? How is the gut related to my joint pains? Now you see. Number two, as this content of the stomach, let's say you eat an egg and the egg white particles seep through this wall, this messed up wall, and they encounter an immune system. That immune system ends up overreacting, and that is how you get the protein allergies. So you get these swellings on your skin, these rashes, these itchy eyes and allergies. And then you are told that this is protein allergies. They label it protein allergies. And I told you there's nothing like protein allergies. It's just a messed up gut. So now they tell you to avoid proteins. But I want you to answer me. If we avoid proteins, have we fixed the gut? If you avoid proteins and you continuously eat wheat, you continuously eat sugar, taking alcohol, taking medication like steroids and NSAIDs, taking antacids that mess up the stomach environment, have you fixed the gut? Have you fixed the leaky gut when you drop the eggs? Have you? So most of us are constantly fixing the symptoms but leaving the causes of diseases. That's how it starts. So you're told now to drop meat. Now you're told to drop eggs. But the next time you stay for about a year, there are some of you who have never eaten an egg. There's somebody in my weight loss program who from childhood, he has never eaten eggs. He just started recently to enjoy eggs. And he's like, I've never eaten eggs because I used to fear. When I ate eggs when I was a young boy, I got these allergies, eruptions on the skin, and the doctor said I should avoid eggs. Now, eggs are superfoods for babies. So where do you expect this child to get the amino acids to fix their muscles, to fix their brain and neurotransmitters? Where do you expect them to get this from? But these guys are still consuming the wheat products. Imagine the doctor telling you to drop eggs, but continue eating chapati, continue eating bread, continue using seed oils, and then writes you an antacid suspension because you have hyperacid. It is a lie. So whatever you're seeing on your skin, that's an overreaction from your immune system as a result of a messed up gut. So fix the gut. Number 3, there are things that are on the cell wall of bacteria that inhabit the gut. Remember, in your stomach or in your gut, you have both the good and the bad bacteria. And the role of the good bacteria is to actually suppress the population of the bad bacteria. So they compete with food, with space, and through that, they get to suppress the population of bad bacteria, and you get to have this very strong immunity because they are part of the immune system. Now remember, where do we get these gut microorganisms from? The first introduction of gut microorganisms comes when we are delivering a child. When ladies are delivering a child, the vaginal birth, this is the first time a child gets exposure to these gut microorganisms. And that's why children who are born through a CS, they suffer low immunity because they did not get the exposure to the first line immunity, which was coming with the vaginal bacteria. Now, when they don't have these gut microorganisms, they end up having a leaky gut, and now they're exposed to asthma, they're exposed to eczema, and all these skin conditions. And all, if not most, if not all of the skin conditions are coming from a messed up gut. So whatever you're seeing on your skin is just a symptom of what is happening in the gut. It's a reflection of what is happening in the gut. So you go ahead and use skin products. You're just treating the symptoms. You've not treated the cause. You go ahead and use lubricants, supplements. You're just treating the symptoms. You're not treating the cause. And then somebody comes in and drops wheat, drops seed oils and sugar, and just pushes a 48-hour fast, and their skin goes back to normal. And they are wondering, oh my goodness, why have I had acne all through? I've used all these acne creams and nothing changed. I've struggled with skin products. There's a hospital in Busia that is called Alope. Specializes in skin conditions. People in Busia know that hospital. It's called Alope. You're constantly utilizing products from that hospital. You're constantly utilizing products from these companies, the beauty companies, to just mask the very bad skin, the skin tags, the pimples. You are so ashamed of yourself. There's no confidence because your skin is so messed up. But you're using those products trying to fix the symptoms of a messed up gut instead of fixing the causes of the skin problem. And the cause is in the gut. So on the surface of bacteria, the bad bacteria in your gut, there is something called a lipopolysaccharide, LPS. Now this LPS simply seeps through this leaky gut and gets access to the bloodstream. When it gets access to the bloodstream, it attaches to the carrier of cholesterol that is called LDL, and then starts messing up your wall, your integrity of the blood vessel wall. Starts to destroy that blood vessel wall. Remember when you were talking about hypertension, we said that this blood vessel wall is lined by a thin layer of cells that are called the endothelial cells or lining. And its work is to make sure that blood flows through this blood vessel smoothly, so that you don't have those obstructions and occlusion of the blood vessel. But these lipopolysaccharides, they come and corrode and cause systemic inflammation to this endothelial lining, and now this surface becomes very weak and very rough. Now cells start clogging into those rough surfaces, and they start developing these plaques. We call them plaques. And now they start thickening the blood vessel and narrowing the diameter of the blood vessel. And now hypertension is coming in and the metabolic syndrome. So as you fix the gut, you might think it is a very small thing. But imagine as you're fixing the gut, you're fixing hypertension. As you're fixing the gut, you're fixing the brain, because there's a direct relationship between the gut and the brain. And also the gut and the skin. So you're fixing skin conditions, you're fixing the brain and the mental health conditions, instead of going for those walks, mental health walks. Oh, I don't know, mental walk. Wachana na hizo vitu. Man, you're not depressed. You don't have mental health issues. What you have is a messed up gut. Go fix the gut. That person who is organizing that mental health walk does not understand what he's doing. He's there for the money. He's there for a selfish interest, his ego. He's trying to show people that he cares about men or women. He doesn't. That's why he's seeking sponsorship. So we do this work with t-shirts and placards, and he's busy taking videos for his YouTube channel. And you think he's doing it because he loves men and he cares about men. He doesn't. He cares about his own ego. And ego is the nature of evil. So the devil is actually trying to control him, telling him, hey, show the world that you care about men and their mental health. In real sense, he's trying to tell the world, hey, please, I'm here. Support me through donations. So that I can actually share 10% of the donations that you've given me to these men by organizing a mental health walk. Fix their guts. Don't fix their mind. How can you fix somebody's mindset? Unless they accept to do it on their own. You can't do that. Even if you walk 10 kilometers, you walk from morning to evening, nobody is going to get out of depression. Depressed mode. Men are not going to walk out of the depressed mode until they start creating. You cannot come in to help. Because you see, everything that is happening in this world is a spiritual battle. It is a war between what is good and what is evil, what is right and what is wrong. Once you understand that, you will know which side you are. You choose the side, you get the revelation. You use that side. And that's what we do on Fridays. So you choose the side. You're either evil, you have the nature of evil, you perform the evil. Or you're of good, you get the revelation from good, and you do the good. So you must put in the work. The world will never care that you are depressed. Oh, you are depressed, but you're busy feeding on chapati and bread and margarine. How? You're depressed because you lost a job. Why don't you find another one? You're depressed because somebody died. They're not coming back. Even if you get depressed, they're not coming back. And the world does not care. Look at the jungle. A wounded lion suffers in the hands of a hyena. And they will never care. Hyenas don't care. They actually want you to be, as a lion, they want you to be wounded so that they can actually reap from you. They can take meat from you, you will do nothing. They can actually beat their chest and say, oh, now we are the kings of the jungle. They destroy the lion to death. They don't care. Nature does not care that you're depressed. That's your own problem. I mean, you have to fix it. So fix the gut, you fix mental health conditions, you fix the skin conditions, you fix your hormones, you fix hypertension and the metabolic syndrome. Amazing. Amazing stuff here. Amazing stuff. So when you have that leaky gut, and this leaky gut is actually coming in as a result of consuming the foods, the medication, the alcohol, all these issues that are coming in to actually destroy the integrity of that gut. So if you protect that gut starts to protect you.